Hello guys, welcome to another session. So if you have decided that this is the year that you're going to crack the prelims, mains and interview and that you're going to crack this exam, then this session is for you. So here we will be specifically talking about your prelims. I'll be sharing you a detailed roadmap which is non-negotiable, which you can blindly follow. And in fact, it's a tested plan with specific deadlines, resources and strategies, which is definitely going to ensure your success. But before we dive in, here is a challenge that you need to commit to this plan, which I'm going to give you completely, and you need to follow it blindly. And if you do so, I can guarantee you that you will definitely overcome every barrier in front of you between you and the prelim success, and you'll definitely crack the exam also. So let's start with the very foundation of your preparation, that's history. So when we talk about history, you have modern India, ancient and medieval, and then art and culture. So see, this is overlapping with the polity, right? So that's the reason why I want to start with history first. And if you see for modern India, we just need to follow spectrum. Now, spectrum is getting bulkier and bulkier every year, but still we will follow spectrum, and that itself is going to cover every important area. Within modern India also, you need to categorize like important governor generals, education reforms, and certain areas, which I have done in a previous video, that again you need to focus on. Right. So what you need to do is you need to look for the previous year questions. You need to identify the patterns, the important areas, read, revise, repeat. So the same thing you need to keep on doing every time. You need to remember, they test your factual understanding also here. So when it comes to art and culture and ancient medieval, I don't think that you need to spend too much of time that you give in modern India. Or for that matter, you divide subjects like your primary subject, secondary subject, and tertiary subject, right? Or core and periphery. So when we talk about the core, which is a foundation of your very preparation, not only for prelims, mains, in everywhere, right? That's history, geography, polity, economy, and environment. So these are your core areas where you need to spend maximum time and effort, because the ROI is very higher here. The return on investment. I'm talking about investment in terms of your time and the effort that you're putting in. So the return, the output will be higher. You get more questions, and this area itself, if you master it, that is enough for you to crack the prelims. Forget about the peripheral area that we can cover anyway. But again, that you will give second most priority only. So this is your core area. Here you give maximum priority, you give maximum time, you give maximum effort, because the return that you get from this investment is higher compared to the rest of the peripheral areas like art and architecture, medieval history. More often, if you see medieval history, these are based on factual understanding. But these core subjects, which I told you, is about conceptual understanding. Right. So again, dedicate, you can maybe a couple of weeks, 2 weeks for completely studying modern India. Study deeply, revise the repeatedly. Revision is what required, because human beings, we always forget things, right? But history, we need to remember. They'll ask you, pinpoint factual questions also these days, and aim for mastery in that subject. So at the end of this 2 or 3 weeks you take, even if you take 3 weeks, it's okay, perfectly okay. We have enough time. So take that history completely and finish it off, and take the test series also, and solve maximum possible questions also. Let's take 100 questions and try to solve all those, and you need to target around 70% accuracy. So even with negative marking, you will be looking for 70% accuracy, and if you can achieve this, that means you are on the right track, right? So 70% accuracy is what we are actually looking for, or 70% mark. If you can get, that is perfect, right? So now coming to the polity, that's the backbone of prelims, in fact. So allocate again 3 weeks, because why I'm talking about this is because I'm not talking this for the person who's starting preparation from today, first time seeing polity or first time seeing spectrum. I'm talking about you have attended the coaching, or you have done the self preparation, and you have gone through this, you have read at least once, right? And I'm talking to that kind of people, how you're going to proceed from here, from Jan 5th onwards. Okay, so another 3 weeks you'll be spending for polity. Laxmikanth is your primary resource, right? Right from my preparation time when I started in 2009, that time onwards, we were reading the Laxmikanth, and it again keeping it bulkier and bulkier every year. So focus on that 22 essential chapters, which is critical for prelims. Again, keep studying, keep revising, and take the test, and again aim for 70% mark or higher. If you're looking for accuracy, 70 to 80% accuracy is what you need, because when it comes to polity, the chances of you getting more accurate is higher, right? So polity is very highly scoring, so make sure that you internalize the key concepts thoroughly, and you are going to capitalize on these two subjects. These are not going to be volatile. Okay, these two are core subjects, and these will give you the, once you prepared, this will give you the questions directly. Coming to geography, that in fact build the context and awareness. So you see again, you just need a couple of weeks to complete geography. So you can go with NCERT 11th grade physical geography, India physical environment. And then guys, to have more better understanding on geography, I would recommend you to cover from 6th standard to 12th standard NCERT. So 6 to 12 standard NCERT, if you have very good knowledge about this, then I don't think that you'll face any problem in solving any prelims question which you're going to get from geography. Make sure that you will understand the maps and the conceptual clarity. That you can have one atlas and looking at the current affairs, important events, the places that you can locate, and rivers and everything. These are normal exercise that you do. So map reading is again very important. Take geography test also at the end of these 2 weeks and keep revising, keep taking the test. The more test you take, the more you will, knowledge you will get, the more you will get revealed your weak areas, and you can focus on that. You can fine tune that area. You can improve upon that, right? So remember, geography forms the context for subjects like environment also. So this is very important area, right? And then the environment, the high impact subject. So see, when we talk about environment preparation, even from my time onwards, I used to follow this Shankar IAS environment book. Even now also, you will be looking at that. So it's a very good book, and that's enough. There is nothing beyond that, right? So again, you can spend 2 weeks, because geography and environment is more of connected. So together you can complete, when you give that 4 weeks, you can complete geography and environment in a much, much better way. So this subject, in fact, it's very dynamic with strong linkage with current affairs also, and supplement your study with the recent developments always. Current affairs, you need to update it with your notes, right? So you will be getting that in terms of magazines also. So everything is ready-made at this point of time. So you won't face any problem. But make sure that this 4 week that you will take, in that first you will cover geography, 6 to 12 standard. Keep taking tests, keep revising, and then you take environment, Shankar IAS, and you try to cover it completely. Keep taking tests and keep revising it. Revision is ultimate. Revision is very important. And also look at the previous year questions which has been asked from these areas. Understand the pattern and work upon that and try to solve that. Connect with the other areas. Suppose you got a question on X, the connected areas you need to look for, right? So they will ask you questions from the unexplored areas also. So as always, take the test and try to get 70% mark, close to 75-80% accuracy. The accuracy levels in these subjects are high. Maybe you will face some confusion when it comes to economy, because they will ask some kind of logical and conceptual questions, right? Economy, very, very important question. Here is where the concepts meet the current affairs. Connected with the current affairs, they'll ask you questions: inflation, monetary policies, budget, and everything. You cannot afford to leave anything, starting from GDP to national income to human development. Every area you need to give equal importance. Maybe 2 may not be enough for economy. I can give 3 weeks for economy. You need to spend enough time, because again, this is the better reward area. When you invest more effort or when you invest more time in this, you're definitely going to get that success. My course on economy, you can get that. It is complete in itself. Every single concept is covered. And use Ramesh Singh otherwise as your resource, and that's enough. Beyond that, just like in Polity, you follow Laxmikanth, you can follow Ramesh Singh. That's enough TMH. And combine it with the current affairs compilation. Any magazines that you get, or Vision, or any magazines that you get which is getting updated with the current affairs, you follow that and make sure that you compile the concepts with the current affairs. So here is where the concepts meet the current affairs. Very important. The context is very important. So the subject requires a blend of static and dynamic knowledge. So test yourself with the economy test also. After, not necessary that you need to complete the entire syllabus. It may not be possible. You can never cover the syllabus. Remember, so keep taking the test also simultaneously. For example, you are spending 3 hours for subject, spend 1 hour for analyzing the mock test, or another 30 minutes for taking some mock test also. Analyzing the previous year questions and taking test, you spend some time, see the options and how you made it correct. If you made it correct, why you made it wrong, if it is wrong, right? You need to analyze it like anything. It's not that you get a question paper, you solve it, it's correct, or it's not correct. If it's not correct, you will refer again, no, that's not the case. Even if it is correct, you need to know why it is correct and whether your logic is here correct or not, right? And you also need to get into the connected areas of that particular question. So assess yourself, keep assessing yourself, keep revising every day, right? That help you to stay motivated and stay in touch with these important areas. CSAT is a silent eliminator. CSAT preparation need consistent effort because these days CSAT is getting tougher. Even IITians is facing difficulty. So see, instead of dedicated week, allocate weekends for CSAT practice, but you need to start immediately. See, I've in the previous video, I've given one example how you solve comprehension question. Similarly, even people think that, okay, leave the math part, I can solve comprehension. But you see, there are classification and comprehension. There are different types of question. There is a summary question, there is an assumption question, there is an inference question, there is a specific inference question, there is a general inference question, there is a database question, right? There is a structure question. So when you get this kind of question, there are different methods for solving this question. But people without understanding this is a demand of the question, they'll just come read the PDF or RC which is given and they try to solve the question, but it won't be correct. You will realize only after getting out of the hall and then you see the correct the answer key. So solve questions under timed conditions and use resources which is tailored for comprehension and reasoning. Understand and have a very good understanding about the basic maths concepts like LCM, HCF, speed, distance, time and work, permutation, combination, right? This logical reasoning, the basic number system, remainders, basic concepts, you should be knowing that. So there are many CSAT materials which are available of top mentors. You can take anyone, right? So practice is the key. That is a must. Okay. Again, current affairs. You don't overload, rather you integrate with the subjects, right? So I told you economy connected with current affairs, environment connected with current affairs, polity, which is again connected with current affairs. So current affairs must be a constant part of your preparation. You should integrate this as part of your preparation. Every day you are spending 1 hour for newspaper reading. You read the first page and you read the editorial. So you're aware of the things which is happening, and finally you can get the revision done with the consolidated material. So dedicate your everyday 1 hour alongside, with the current events and the compilations, newspaper, and avoid mistake of trying to cover every newspaper article. That's not required. Simply follow either, if you're in Delhi, follow Indian Express, not Hindu otherwise, right? So stick to that relevant compilations, relevant articles. Consistency will give you an edge. Okay, now, if you follow this, by March 2025, all these subjects will be covered. History, geography, polity, economy, environment, CSAT, and current affairs. It should be complete by the end of March. So this include all the corresponding tests also you have taken care, because you are taking the test and practicing along with this. But the work doesn't stop here. So create a condensed note for each subject, and these notes are your quick revision tools. And it should include the feedback from previously solved questions, what mistake you have made, and you need to remember the mistake that you have made because you need to correct it. You cannot repeat it next time. Previous year questions and your analysis of that, the patterns that you have recognized, because there are some areas from which direct questions can be asked. These are, cakewalks, right? So previous year questions are very important, critical for understanding the patterns, the themes, the commonly asked questions, the direct question that you get. You easily get 8 to 10 marks directly. And from previous year question analysis itself, you'll be able to get 30 to 35 marks. So you should read the mindset of the examiner. How can you do that? From the previous year question. So this is something which again you can do at this point of time. Keep revising it. So that will give you the confidence, that will keep you in touch, that will keep you motivated. Now, the role of mindset is ultimate. That's very important. You should not doubt yourself. There should not be any chance where self-doubt is there. You should not, worry about the failure also. So this mindset, that's what I want to discuss about. Many aspirants, in fact, are driven by the fear of failure towards the end. So use this fear as a fuel. What's in your control in your preparation? That's your ability to master the content, revise it thoroughly, improve consistently. Nothing else is in your control. So what you can do is stick to the plan and, don't let the fear paralyze you. If you think about, what if I fail? What if I fail? Then next attempt is going to be tougher and difficult. I don't have job. I need to get into job. When all these things, if it is coming, then that keeps on worrying you. Remember, success in prelims is about consistency. It's about discipline and smart work. Doing the things that we discussed regularly consistently, right? So this is what we want to do. So once you know that this is what you need to do, and someone who have experience, someone who have cleared prelims 5 times is telling you this is what you need to do for the next 5 years, why can't you simply disappear, cut away from every noises, from your family, from your friends, and from everyone? Why can't you do what I told? Think about this. If you do this, you will become successful. Come back to me if you don't. If you did this like the way I told you, and even if you are not successful, then you ask me why, right? So there is no problem about that. So, guys, I'm sure that you will be successful, and then you call me to thank me. That's what I want to. So, what we have discussed, 3 weeks you can give for each, or for history, polity, and then couple of weeks for geography, environment. Give 3 weeks for economy. You can go for weekends on CSAT. Current affairs every day you integrate 45 minutes to 1 hour. Target 70 percentage accuracy, not accuracy score, when it comes to the test series and everything, right? Try to get around. See, your attempt should be like that. That strategy I'll discuss towards the end. So 75 to 80% accuracy that you need to have. So this is a proven plan. Many of my mentees have followed the same. They just disappeared. Sit in your room, don't worry about anything, just order foods, or if you have some such kind of services where you get the food provided, and then do your basic things, and otherwise stick with the plan. Simply stick with the plan. Every day in, day out, keep doing the same thing. Consistency is what matters, persistence, right? So if you can do this, you will definitely come out successfully after the prelims. And after prelims, things are getting very easy. Things are getting very predictable. So now it's up to you to decide whether you will let the prelims a barrier or a stepping stone. You know everything that you need to do. Clearly told you this is what you need to do. Still, only thing that you need to do is just implement the plan. If you cannot, then you can't blame anyone. Clearly told what to do. So follow the roadmap which is given diligently, blindly, and you'll see the other side when you clear the prelims. So that's about this session, guys. Thank you so much. If you like the video, share it with your friends also who are preparing for the prelims. It might help them as well. So see you in the next video. Thank you so much. I'll see you for your mains preparation. Okay? See you guys.